Man, I keep telling y'all the police 101, it's gonna hurt your feelings. Police 101, bro. Let's not even go left, right, upside, downside, turn side. We ain't making pie. I don't want no pop pop. We talking police 101, right? Bros, sisters, beloveds, those who don't know, those seeing me, feeling me, taking on this energy for the first time. It's very simple. We don't have no animosity. We don't pack anything, any hatred towards the police officers that serve this country, and you shouldn't either. Why shouldn't you? Firstly, understand yourself. If you don't understand yourself, you might find yourself dealing with the man who's here to help you understand yourself, your position, things in the Constitution. We're not here to be made three-fifths of a man, but first check out the facts that's written in his story, history, in terms of what the mind state, the corporate structure here takes you to be. All right? You want to be a man, right? But what if somebody 300 pounds, two Uzis in your apartment, and you're the man of it, your wife is there, and two children? What are you going to do when he has superior weaponry? It's the same predicament you're in here in the United States of America. You don't have any weaponry to produce a military, to have a fight, to have a say. Your best bet is doing what the preachers do on Sunday. Just talk, 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 talk. They pass a law. Talk, 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 talk. They pass a law. This is the way it's been going while they continue to feed you technology, social media, pastimes, basketball, football, baseball. Keep you busy. While you're being busy, other plots and agendas are coming to pass. All kinds of sciences are coming to pass. We don't know anything about it. They're giving us calculus in college as if it's not something that can't be mastered by fifth grade, right? So police officers have a job to do. And in reality, when you look at things from a spiritual standpoint, the way they supposedly run things here, because the laws are based on the commandments, if you, in fact, have looked into that, it's that the expectation is that 2, 3 in the morning, 12 in the morning, 1 in the morning, depending on what's going on where, depending on what superstar is where, statistics, predictabilities, probabilities are all factored into them and what they do. Because if they're not there for a reason, then what about those who've been protected and benefited from the services of these police officers? It's two sides of the spectrum, and you have to keep that in mind. You have to keep in mind stigmas and stereotypes. If people with hoodies, right, and they're about 6 feet and they have my complexion, are up and about in particular neighborhoods at certain times of the night when old boy and RoboCop is out there, then why in the world would you be out there? You're literally begging for something that statistics say might just happen. If you can't talk intelligently in the sense that you're not really fond of the English language. You're not really, I don't give too much about the diction. As long as those who matter to me can understand me, fine. So you speak, are okay with it, then so be it. Who doesn't understand it? But that serves as a problem because with people who have stereotyped you, they wait for the numshan, where's Shawnette? They wait for that. So when they hear that, then they meditate a character, they form a picture that's been on TV, and automatically you're going to be the subject of some type of injustice, some discrimination, some prejudice. And you're going to own it, and you're going to be upset about it. We see it being perpetuated all the time. And the reason why it's happening is because we're not bonded. We're out and about in places by ourselves. We're not moving as parties, as one large group, doing the right thing, sensible thing. We're frequenting places where once liquor's in the system, people become entirely different, and then sometimes they want to take police out, and we see them getting the bullets coming their way just as well. So it's two sides of the spectrum. Let us be mindful. They have a job to do. The reality of the matter is you should not get into the way of it. If an officer is being more than what he should be, clearly it is what it is. And guess what? What can you do? What are you going to file a report? And then he's going to monitor the neighborhood you live in, and any chance he gets to see your son, your mother, or whoever else, they're going to have an issue with him? You got to think. You got to be wiser. You got to be able to walk around certain instances and not have yourself in those predicaments. If you're hustling about your brain, then that puts you in a position where you should be entertaining that which is going to bring you success, and success is probably the generations that you may be creating with your woman or your family members that have a need, or just a need within your heart. But if you don't have these aspirations, then you might have died by the wayside and actually be up and about stinky. You got your pants down here, stop it. Off top, your pants down there, you catching hell when hell is ready to reach you. There's no way around it. And nobody's going to give any respect to a person that speaks unlike people who are considered to be respectable. So it's easy to shoot down the Negro, but the same thing happens within other classifications, so to speak, other nationalities, so to speak, other people that are discriminated against because of disabilities. It's same thing happens to them, but we're focusing on our own and what we need to do. And it's smarts that do your job, whatever it is, your career, whatever it is, your hustle, as long as it's legit. You do dirt, you get dirt. And if you ain't cleaned it up yet, boy, this is your way out. Zoot it is better. Because other than that, we got a new video we're going to upload giving you the 101 of incarceration. That's what happens after playing left, right, left and figuring your voice matters not. You're just one person in a house full of millions in a fire. Who gets heard? You won't. Many of us are screaming like you are. I've had many interactions personally with law enforcement in my career as well as in life and even in my own immediate experiences. I've been up the canal, so to speak, and I don't keep that abashed or away because the reality of that matter is that it showed me how things function outside of how I would think it is, or when one is entrapped to a reality and doesn't escape it through reading and through the inert want and need to change, regardless. Never change because of someone or to get something. Change because it's the right thing to do. Okay? But in all my interactions, I haven't had any issues with law enforcement. I've been pulled over like anybody else, and I made a mistake. Guess what? There's a penalty. If I get mercy, granted, thank you. If I don't get the mercy, I'm not expecting any more. All right? Know your position here. The subject matter is definitely going into a newer direction that really shows the relationships in the community today between law enforcement and people and why so much happens, and just the riddance of guns that are perpetuated, especially within the 5 boroughs. You're going to have an issue. You're going to have issue after issue because if somebody's shooting, that may be Billy, it may be Kate, it may be Tommy, it may be Pretty Passy, it may be yours one day, and you don't want that. And whose son is that? Whose daughter is that? And it's happening in other neighborhoods. But of course, that's pushed down. We don't see that on the media. They don't perpetuate it. And if it's due, it's for politics. It's just to say, hey, we got 3 people on this side of the spectrum indicted today, and old Billy made a silly mistake, so we gonna give him probation today. Don't have any feelings. Why are you expecting anybody who has a disdain for you? Why are you expecting control, destruction? Why are you telling yourself that World Trade Center 7, that building wasn't hit by a plane but still came down? Why are you lying to yourself? Get yourself in check. Be mindful of those who are here and what they have to do and how you don't have to be in the same seat with them in the back of the car. You don't want that. Be mindful. You should be eating dinner. You should be laying up with your woman and with your kids. You shouldn't be in that predicament. You should be in your lane if you're in the construction truck, contractor truck, UPS, FedEx, you doing the cable thing. If you real estate and you got your Uncle Tom Coon tie, slacks and shirt, blazer on, and you in your Kanye West phase, or if you silly and you tight jeans down and you going to roller park, you should look the part of whatever part you play, because once you out of part, it could be your part you have to play. You see on the menu today, we need to get at least 10 out of 12 of them. And if we can't get 10 out of 12 of them, then we get the 8 that we can get, and we take 2 from there, put them over here, and say that's part of the 10 out of 12 we needed. Whatever it takes. It's my paycheck versus your voice, which is meaningless here. That's all they're going to tell you. I have an occupation, I have a job to do. And that's that. And that's what they teach everybody who's locked in. Be mindful. It's just Police 101. We'll have many episodes, part B, C, D, on up on Police 101. Leave that man and leave that woman alone. And if you have a legit issue, make it known to them. They'll do the best that they can do. And if they can't help you, then so be it. Don't let it be a flood while you want to extend your hands to them. If you're helping yourself and you're policing yourself, that's a beautiful thing as well. It keeps them from having to be caught with recklessness. And if you look at the ticker in the NYC, you know it's just relentless, nonstop. Things are happening. This is why people from this area of the world are renowned to be people who, if in fact lived anywhere else, they can make it. It's very fast there, okay? And so the jobs are busy. And wherever this might reach you, I'm sure there's a negative and a plus side to a thing. But we, with genuine minds and at power, mind, and reality, are prone to seeing the center. I don't know if it's cold, I don't know if it's hot, but I do know it's warm. Stay in that middle area. Seek all you should know, live not in fear. Extend yourself, know your position, know your rights. Maintain goodness, emanate goodness. See what you could do for somebody else before you're out here seeking what someone can do for you. If you're going to put yourself out there in the name of the truth, in the name of something that black women, black men, white women, white men can follow behind and take on to your trend, and it's something that keeps guns, knives, going to college 4 years, 6 years, and you still can't get that job, or you still ain't got that ride, or you still around the way with them around the way people, spending all that good money up. We don't have to like the position that some men take. We go to church Sunday, take a beating. We cool with it. It's just one day. Some come back for more beatings, but verbal beatings, spiritual beatings. Mosque on Friday. Some come back for more beatings. We call it class. But the reality of the matter is, we take from where we're most comfortable. I take from all sources, comfortable or not.